The youngest White House press secretary ever. It's wild, it's surreal, and it's happening in real time. Karoline Leavitt, a name that once echoed through the local halls of Atkinson, New Hampshire, now reverberates through the global corridors of power. At just 27 years old, Karoline is the youngest White House press secretary in U.S. history, serving under the second Trump administration since January 2025. She's not just holding the microphone, she's having the moment. From small-town grit to billion-dollar glitz, her rise is something out of a political thriller mixed with a glam reality show. But this isn't fiction, it's history. And the world is watching with dropped jaws and double takes, whispering the same thing. Oh, you're right, it's crazy. From local legacy to national power. Born on August 24, 1997, Karoline Leavitt was raised in the close-knit community of Atkinson, New Hampshire. Her upbringing was anything but silver-spooned. Instead, it was steeped in the American spirit, hard work, discipline, and family-first values. Her parents ran a small business, and Karoline learned early on that nothing comes without hustle. She attended Central Catholic High School in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and later St. Anselm College, majoring in politics and communications. It was here that her fire truly started to catch. Professors recall a young woman with razor-sharp opinions, unmatched articulation, and an energy that filled every room. She didn't just talk politics, she lived, breathed, and embodied it. While most graduates are still sorting out internships, Karoline has already marched into the lion's den, the White House. She joined President Donald Trump's first administration as a communications assistant and didn't take a back seat. She was on the front lines of messaging, handling press strategies with the boldness of someone twice her age. In 2022, she made headlines by announcing her run for Congress in New Hampshire's 1st congressional district. Though she narrowly lost in the primary, she made a serious splash. Pundits across the spectrum had to admit, this wasn't a one-hit wonder. Karoline was a movement. West Wing to voice of the White House. January 2025 wasn't just a political comeback, but a storm surge. Donald Trump returned to the Oval Office for a historic second term, and with him came a no-nonsense, high-impact team ready to dominate the national narrative. But even in a cast of bold loyalists and seasoned operatives, one figure shined brighter than the rest: Karoline Leavitt. On January 20th, 2025, she officially assumed office as the 36th White House press secretary, and instantly made history as the youngest person to hold the position. At just 27, Leavitt didn't waste a moment easing into the role. On January 28, 2025, she delivered her very first White House press conference. And let's say, jaws dropped. She was poised, confident, and sharp, and didn't just read off policy updates. She announced a seismic shift. For the first time in White House history, independent journalists and digital influencers would soon be eligible to apply for press credentials. It was a message loud and clear. The gatekeepers were changing. This wasn't just a new administration. It was a new era of communication, and Karoline Leavitt had just flung the doors wide open. A love that turns heads. In a world where power couples often feel manufactured, the story of Karoline Leavitt and Nicholas Riccio feels like something straight out of a bold, high society novel. The kind with private jets, secret ceremonies, and an undeniable spark. Leavitt, young, fierce, and at the height of her political rise, found her match in Riccio, a seasoned real estate mogul 32 years her senior, known for building sky-high empires and commanding rooms with old-school charm. Their relationship hit the rumor mill in mid-2023, sending shockwaves through political and social circles alike. But when the couple announced their engagement in December 2023, Karoline didn't blink at the buzz. She smiled and owned the moment. Just weeks later, in January 2024, they tied the knot in a luxurious but intensely private ceremony, shielded from the media frenzy. Nicholas, known for his sprawling portfolio of luxury developments from Miami to Manhattan, brings worldly wisdom and gravitas to their union. On July 10th, 2024, the couple welcomed their first child, a son, into the world, cementing a new chapter in Karoline's personal life and legacy. Power, partnership, and now parenthood, all in her unapologetic style. Commanding the podium with precision and punch. Let's be real. Being the White House press secretary isn't a cushy gig. It's a battlefield of facts, flashbulbs, and fierce questions. And Karoline? She eats it for breakfast. Her style is confident and cutting, often catching seasoned journalists off guard. She dismantles questions with wit, sometimes sass, and always steel. She's got a style that's all her own, a hybrid of Reagan-era polish with Gen Z edge. Even her critics must pay attention when she walks into the press room, whether defending administration policies or swiping back at what she calls media bias. She brings receipts and ratings. Life in the billionaire fast lane. But hold up, let's zoom out for a second. Karoline Leavitt's life outside the West Wing is just as headline-worthy as her time behind the podium. She's not just navigating political power. She's living what some call a billionaire-adjacent dream. And make no mistake, she's not trying to hide it. Private jets? A regular part of her schedule. Whether hopping to a high-stakes fundraiser in Palm Beach or a private roundtable in Silicon Valley, Karoline travels in unmistakable style. Her weekends? Think exclusive soirees in Mar-a-Lago, Aspen ski retreats, and Hampton's champagne brunches. And her fashion? Pure elite. Karoline mixes power suits with high-end couture like a runway veteran. She's been spotted in custom Oscar de la Renta at diplomatic receptions, Balmain blazers at global summits, and Valentino heels on White House grounds. Her signature look blends sharp professionalism with bold femininity, structured shoulders, sleek silhouettes, and statement accessories that scream confidence. Top-tier stylists manage her wardrobe, but Karoline curates the vibe. As one insider said, she's Ivanka meets Kaylee, but with the business instinct of a shark in stilettos. Her social media game? Unmatched. Karoline Leavitt is a digital native in a world of analog politicians, and that's part of what makes her so magnetic to young voters. She doesn't wait for headlines. She creates them on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. Every press briefing becomes a viral soundbite. Every outfit becomes a conversation, and her behind-the-scenes reels rack up millions of views. Young conservatives idolize her, and progressives can't stop stitching her videos. She's transformed the role of press secretary into something new, half comms official, half influencer, and fully iconic. The critics are loud, but she's louder. Let's not sugarcoat it. Karoline Leavitt has become one of modern politics' most polarizing figures. Her presence at the podium is electric, but also a lightning rod. Mainstream media outlets have relentlessly aimed at labeling her confrontational and combative. She's been mocked on late-night comedy shows, satirized in editorials, and painted by activist groups as the poster child for Trump-era hardline conservatism. Her unapologetic loyalty to Donald Trump? Questioned. Her assertive policy defenses? Torn apart. Her bold, no-nonsense attitude? Branded as arrogant, dismissive, or even dangerous by detractors. But Karoline? She doesn't flinch. She thrives under pressure. She doesn't just answer critics. She owns the conversation. Every controversy becomes an opportunity. Every backlash fuels her fire. She doubles down, delivers her message with sharper precision, and never lets the opposition write her story. As she famously snapped in a now viral press conference, eyes locked with the camera, "I wasn't hired to be liked. I was hired to deliver facts. If that bothers you, get better facts." And just like that, the mic dropped. The inner circle. Karoline Leavitt isn't just the face of the administration. She's becoming one of its most influential minds. While the public sees her commanding the press briefings with sharp precision and viral-ready confidence, behind the scenes, she's quietly rising through the strategic ranks. No longer confined to the communications lane, Karoline is now regularly tapped for high-level strategy meetings, think tank discussions, and off-the-record policy briefings that shape the administration's agenda from the inside out. Her instincts, messaging prowess, and deep understanding of media dynamics and political trends have made her a go-to advisor for Trump himself. Those close to the White House say she's not just executing policy, she's helping craft it. Rumors are swirling that Leavitt is already playing a key role in shaping the GOP's long-term strategy, especially with an eye toward the 2028 race. Could she become a future campaign chair, a VP contender, maybe even a candidate herself? One thing is clear, Karoline isn't just part of the machine, she's quietly becoming the engine behind it. Oh, you're right, it's legendary, so say what you want, doubt her. Debate her, disagree all day, but you can't ignore her. Karoline Leavitt isn't just a rising star. She's a blazing comet across the political sky. Young, rich, brilliant, controversial, unstoppable. And if this is just her warm-up act, buckle up, America. Because the Karoline Leavitt isn't just crazy. It's legendary. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more legendary stories like Karoline's.